All right, welcome everybody to another edition of Behind the Sold Sign. And today we're talking about new construction and some hacks on how you can take advantage of brand new homes. Okay. A lot of misconceptions out there with a lot of people about buying a brand new home. Okay. New construction, it's a little intimidating, especially when you walk into a foreign office. You don't know these people, they're strangers. And a lot of times the builder's agent that's sitting in there is only out for the builder. Okay, they do not care about you, they don't care about your needs, they just want to sell the house. All right, it's kind of like walking into a used car lot a lot of times, and they're just sharks. They're going to try to take advantage of you every step of the way when it comes to new construction. So today we're going to go over some hacks to help you save a ton of money, and you may even get a little bonus at the end here. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. New construction hacks, how to buy a brand new home and save thousands of dollars when you do it. So the first thing you want to know whenever you go into a new, or even before you think about buying a new construction, is find an agent that's going to work with you. Okay, find a qualified agent that knows what they're doing new construction, knows how to work the ins and outs of new construction, because it is a little different than buying a resale home. All right, so make sure you partner up with the right agent that knows what they're doing with new construction. Okay, because again, there's a lot of ins and outs with new construction, and if the agent you're working with is your sister's cousin who's never done a new construction deal, or maybe your neighbor who's never done a new construction deal, trust me, I pick up all kinds of buyers out there that have been burned by going with their sister's cousin. All right, so I'm just telling you guys a little nugget out there. Pick the right agent to help you. Okay. Now, new construction doesn't mean expensive. Okay, a lot of times new construction, especially right now in this market, new construction is could be a little cheaper depending on the area or even the neighborhood that you're looking at. Okay, a lot of buyers assume new construction is going to be more expensive than buying resale, and sometimes that's just not the case. But you do need to know the ins and outs. You need to know what you're walking into when you go into a new construction phase that is going on. Okay. Um, it's simple. Just do your research. Knowledge is power when it comes to these kind of things. Just like buying a new car. You want to know all those ins and outs of that car. Same thing with buying a new home. There's good builders and there's horrible builders. All right. I've got a couple builders in town that I stay away from like the plague. All right. They are horrible. And if you want to know more about that, just go ahead and DM me or send me a text. Be glad to walk you through that process of which builders to stay away from like the plague. Okay. All right, truth about builder pricing. Okay, there's a ton of different ways that they try to mislead you. Okay, like I said, it's just like buying a used car out there. Starting prices are misleading. Okay, the starting price of a home can change dramatically depending on the lot size that you're looking at. Okay, the upgrades that you want. All right, because flooring costs, kitchen cabinets cost. Everything is associated with the bottom line when it comes to builders and their agents. Okay, the more they can upcharge you, all right, just like those car lots when you walk in there, right? The more they can upcharge you, the more money they're going to make at the end. So it's important to know that just because someone's advertising a price is not always the price when you walk into the home. Okay, so be cognizant of that. That is why, again, you need to go with a qualified realtor. I work with a ton of builders, and the prices that I set are the prices that you are going to get for that home. All right. And those prices come with the upgrades already. Okay. So everything you put into that new build, that new home that you want, your dream home is going to cost you money. So that bottom line price that you see advertised is not always the price of what you are going to get. All right. So it's important that if you want those premium kitchen cabinets, you budget for those. All right. That is a huge cost. All right. Just like the flooring and that perfect master shower you want the builder to build for you in that home, it all costs money. So make sure, again, you are cognizant of those fees. And when you get to the closing table and you see all these fees, right, you're not shocked. Because I've had clients call me that did not go in there with me. They call me 6 months later after their home was built and said, hey, Joe, all these upgrades we got, we thought that was part of the price. It's not. Now they're stuck, right? Because now they have to give back the earnest money. Now, whenever you buy a new build, it's usually 1% of whatever the house costs that you're going to have to put down. So the earnest money is going to hold it. And so it's usually, if it's $300,000, it's going to cost you $3,000. And if you back out at the end, guess what? The builder is keeping that $3,000. So remember that, okay? Earnest money is there. But again, if you back out of the deal at the last minute because they put all these upgrades and all these costs that you were not paying attention to as you were going through that process, it is going to catch up to you. And when you back out, you're going to lose your earnest money. Okay, so make sure you understand that going in. That's why I'm telling you guys, go with a qualified agent that knows what they're doing, because they are going to have your best interest as opposed to the builder's agent who just wants to make $1 off you. Okay. Also, when you go with an agent, and I will tell you this right now, make sure you go in there with a bull. All right. Make sure you go in there with a shark of an agent that can negotiate for you, because everything, just like when you buy a car, everything is negotiable. And if you go in there with an agent that is working for your best interest and is going to negotiate hard for you, they're going to get you the best price possible, upgrades or not. Okay. All right. Another great way of how you can save thousands of dollars with your purchase of a new home is stacking programs together. All right. Stack your savings. A lot of times buyers will go in there to a new build and not understand the incentives the builders offer, the credit the lenders will give, and down payment assistance programs that can help you save thousands of dollars. If you put all three of those together, you are going to get a great deal on a new build home. Okay. So builders will give you incentives, especially right now. I'm working with 4 different builders right now. They are giving up to up to $20,000 in incentives. Now you can use those incentives to buy your down payment. You can use those incentives to do your upgrades. Maybe you want the premium kitchen or you want that premium top of the line flooring. You can use all those incentives to help you buy those. Okay. Next thing is lender credits. Now, depending on if you go with the builder lender, a lot of times they will want you to do that because they'll give you more incentives. There's more lender credits to give you. And if you go maybe out of the builder with your own lender, they have credits they can give you too. So if you put on the builder incentives plus the lender credits they can give you, you can get a super deal. Now, there's also down payment assistance programs that are located with new builds, all right? Specifically for new construction, down payment assistance programs can help you. So those down payment assistance programs can get you into the home with 0 down, right? So no down payment for you. All you will have to cover is your closing costs. And as long as you have those lender credits that can give you those closing costs plus the builder's incentives, you can walk in with pretty much 0 out of pocket, get your earnest money back, and you can put that towards your down payment. Or what I like to do is help my clients use some of those incentives to buy down the interest rate, right? Now remember, the interest rates out there is going to dictate your monthly payment. So if you can get that interest rate down to 4% on a $350,000 loan, you're looking at about $1,700 to $1,600 a month payment with that interest rate, as opposed to the 6 to 7% where we're looking at right now. Okay, we're at the low 6s, maybe depending on your credit score, super high 5s right now. But if you can use some of those incentive credits, those incentives, those credits to help you lower that down payment or lower those interest rates, your payment will look stellar, and you will be able to, get that home that you want for the monthly payment that you're looking for. Okay, so a lot of times what I'll do is I will put my clients out there and I'll give them the monthly payment, because the price can be, $400,000, $350,000. But what do we all want? We want to know what we're going to be paying every single day, every single month on our homes. Okay. So again, use those incentives that you have, those credits that you get to buy down that interest rate and help you save on your monthly payment. All right, we're going to talk about some secrets now. All right, inside builder secrets that I'm going to give you guys to help you buy your new home. All right, first time is best time to buy. There is a best time to buy new construction. Okay. And I tell my clients this: as soon as you have 4 quarters in the year, 4 quarters, and every single time it comes to the end of the quarter, those builders are going to be harping on their agents to sell their homes. They want to sell their houses. And they will undercut everything to get those houses sold. Because just like anything else, the longer a home sits, the more they're paying on that lot, the more they're paying on the land, the more they're paying on the house. They want to sell their homes, okay? So end of the quarter is the best time to buy a new build home, end of the quarter. So look at those. If you want to know how the quarters work, definitely give me a call, send me a text, send me a message. Love to help you out. But end of the quarter is when you want to buy, because you can negotiate super hard on those homes at the end of the quarter, all right? Inventory of homes, right? So you have spec homes that are done already. They're built, right? They need to sell these, okay? If they've already been built, they need to sell these spec homes. Or if a deal did not go through for the builder, right? Let's say someone backed out of the deal. Now, again, they're still paying on those. So find those homes where they have been backed out. A lot of times, like me, I have 4 different builders. Those agents of those builders will send me, hey, Joe, we just got to back out. We need to sell this house. It just canceled. Can you find someone? We're willing to work with you. Oh, that's all you got to say. That's all they say to me. And boom, I go to work, because I know when I get to the closing table to sign the dotted line for my clients, I can ransack them. Right? I can be like a bull through a china shop and get a ton of negotiation power, because the builders want to sell these. All right. Next one is free upgrades. Okay. A lot of builders will give you free upgrades to buy their home. So they'll do price cuts, they'll do flooring upgrades, they'll do cabinet upgrades, they'll do kitchen upgrades. They will try to give you an incentive to buy these spec homes, or homes that they know they want to build, right? Because here's the deal. They cannot buy a new lot of land without selling the homes they have on one piece of land first. So they're going to give you free upgrades for these spec homes or homes that they need to get built, okay? So if you guys want to know about those free upgrades, definitely give me a call. We'll see what we can do for you, okay? And number 4, secret to buying a new builder home is inspection. You always want to hire your own inspection team, okay? The builder can say, you know, hey, this is a brand new home, everything's good to go. But if you do not have your own inspector and your own inspector team out there looking for your best interests, they're not going to spot a lot of things. I had, like 3 years ago, I had a new build, and the builder said, hey, it was great, ready to go. The AC wasn't even hooked up. The AC was not hooked up in the home. It wasn't even working. And the builder said it was perfect. Thank God my buyer listened to me and went with their own inspection team, okay? They went in there, they found it, they said, hey, this is not right. 3 months ago, we had an issue with one of the dishwashers, wasn't even hooked up, okay? So this happens. These guys, they run through these homes. So get your own inspector out there, make sure you find a good inspector that you're comfortable with and that they have their best interest looking out for you, okay? So inspection, free upgrades, inventory of homes that are just sitting there, and best time to buy. Those are the 4 insider tips and secrets I have for you guys when it comes to buying new builds. You put all 4 of these together, you can save a ton of money. Now, what to watch out for when you're buying a new build home? Okay, there's a couple things you need to realize, all right, when you buy a new home. First one is limited warranties, all right? Normally, they'll give you 10 years warranty on the home, okay? But make sure you have that in writing. So before you leave that closing table to get your keys, to sign the dotted line, you look at the warranties. Everything in that home is going to be warranted. They're going to have it there. But if you're not working with an agent and you just go in there and sign it, and it's only a 1-year warranty on the roof, guess what? And a year later, when the rain comes through, blows through that home, now you're out of a warranty. Okay, so make sure you are looking at all the warranties that are attached to the home. And if you have any questions prior to signing that dotted line, you ask them, or again, get with an agent that knows what they're doing, and it's going to look at all those warranties for you. All right, builder lenders. A lot of builders are going to say, hey, go with our lender, and they're going to really not give you a choice, but you always have a choice. You can go with whatever lender you want. So if a certain lender is giving you, let's say, $7,000 in lender credits to buy your home, and the builder lender only wants to give you $3,000, go with the other lender. Go with the lender you're comfortable with. You do not have to go with their lender, okay? You can pick who you want to loan your money from, all right? Next one is watch out for HOA fees, okay? A lot of these new builds, well, pretty much almost all of them nowadays, are going to come with HOA fees out there. All right. Make sure you're paying attention because those HOA fees can increase, right? So the first like 5 or 6 years, they should be able to tell you at the closing table, hey, this is how much our increase of HOA fees are going to be, because their HOA fees go into your escrow payment. So make sure you're paying attention. Let's say you're looking at a great new home on the north side of your town. And you go there and you go to the closing table, and like, here's your monthly payment, but oh, guess what? Our HOA fees are $200 a month. But you get a great lake. Okay, that's great. But now I'm paying $200 a month for a lake I'm never going to go to. Okay, so remember that HOA fees do come with your monthly payment. So pay attention to what you are signing and what neighborhoods and builders you are going to. Okay. All right, smart buyers. You need, like I said, knowledge is power. Understand who you're buying from, all right, timing of your purchase, and you want to make sure you're leveraging all those stackable savings. You're leveraging the builder credit. You're leveraging the lender credit, okay? You're leveraging down payment assistance if they're offering it in that area. Those are a lot of things to understand. Again, when you're going through the process of buying a brand new home, there's certain steps you have to hit, okay? And you need to make sure you're hitting those steps, okay? Midway through, once they build the home and the sticks, call it the sticks, right? All the sticks are up, they're gonna start doing all of the plumbing, all the electrical. That is the perfect time to get in there. As soon as they're done with that, before they put the drywall up, and check everything to make sure it is all good and everything is working in there. Because once they put that drywall up, you're not gonna be able to see the electrical, you're not gonna be able to see the plumbing. So as you're going through the build process, all right, make sure you are paying attention to those timelines that the builder is giving you, okay? All right, now, if you have any questions at all about buying a new build home, or you want to start the process, or you want my checklist, let me know. Send me a message, shoot me a text. I'd love to walk you through the process of getting a new build home and try to save you thousands of dollars while we are doing it, okay? I work with a ton of different builders out there, and they all have great incentives, all right? They all have great programs available to you. If you want my list, let me know. Glad to shoot it to you, okay? And any questions at all about buying a new build, please let me know. We'll walk through that process and get you all set up. All right, everybody. Have a great day out there and enjoy the